It is Mahala Monday. It is the 23rd of November. Good morning. Welcome to Mahala Monday. As always, it is absolutely wonderful to have you. My name is Dougal. Good morning, good morning. And right here is Rhoda. Hello.
Good morning and welcome to Mahala Monday. Woo-hoo! Yes, guys, this is our second episode for the morning. What a beautiful morning we've had this far. So you know what? We're here for the next show and all excited as well and pumped up to give you more information to make those decisions that are going to change your life and be our future leaders of tomorrow.
Certainly we are. That is why we are here. So you can make that informed decisions, as Rhoda said. And today, of course, we're talking psychology. But before we even get into that, this is an interactive show. This is your show, really, because you've got the questions, you've got the concerns. So right now, we're streaming live on Facebook as well as on YouTube. So at Nickay Productions is how you get in touch with us. That's at Nickay Productions. Very, very easy. And of course, you will see that at the bottom of your screen as well. So please, please, by all means, if you have any question or any comment, then we would like to hear from you, because we will definitely be posing that question to our special guest this morning. Now, before we to talk about today's specific topic, and we must just bring this up quickly, Rhoda, because the 30th of November is a very, very important date.
That's right. That's the NSFAS will be the closing date on the 30th of November, everybody. Please do not delay. And we had a show before this as well regarding the NSFAS for the disabled as well. Guys, you need to apply as soon as possible. As of the 30th, after the 30th, they will not be able to assist you. So make a concerted effort before the 30th of November. Contact NSFAS, pick up that phone, drop them an email, get the information you want, how to apply. You can actually get all this information online. And I'm not 100% sure, is it NSFAS at, I'll get the email for you quickly, or the website. But guys, go to NSFAS, have a look on the website. You'll be able to get all the information how to apply. Taking your hand and taking you through the process.
Yeah, it is very, very easy, so definitely do it. But more importantly for you to remember, the 30th of November is the cutoff. So it is an interactive show, you know that, at Nickay Productions. And of course, we look forward to having your questions and we welcome all your comments. But today, Rhoda, let's get in. Why are we talking today?
That is right.
For the last couple of weeks, we've been talking to TVET colleges, we've been talking to all sorts of tertiary institutions, of course, so you are exposed to them and you have the information in the palm of your hand and you can look at it. And today we're talking to SACAP.
That is right.
Which is absolutely brilliant. And as we know, of course, they are a leading, accredited, independent provider of education in applied psychology.
That is correct.
Is what they do, and we're really looking forward. So we're going to find out everything about this, and I know a lot of people are thinking, ooh, psychology, interesting field, all of that. And to give us all the answers, it is a real pleasure to welcome to Mahala Monday this morning, Pranitha Jagdeo. Good morning. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us. Are you well?
Good morning.
Good morning, Nickay Productions, Dougal and Rhoda. I trust you guys are doing well. From a very sunny Durban, I'd like to say thank you.
Welcome. Yes, we're doing well. We're doing well. All pumped up as usual.
And it's really great having you here. So thank you so much for joining us. But let's get stuck in straight away. And could you give us an overview quickly of the history of SACAP and why did you choose SACAP? And can you just give us a brief overview of what it is all about?
So I've been with SACAP for some time now, and prior to that, I've literally been in education for almost 2 decades. Education is my passion, and my belief is that education is not only about learning facts, but it's also about training the mind to think. As SACAP is an institution where their values of being person-centered, integrity, excellence, teamness, result-oriented, and purposeful are values that we live by every single day, which includes my staff, my educators, as well as students. So SACAP have been around since 1997, who has been educating adaptive thinkers who can widely transfer the skills and knowledge gained, who can also take control of the future and whatever that future might be.
So it's quite a holistic approach that you have there. And did I hear you correctly? And you said since 1997?
Dougal, you just broke a break in communication. I didn't hear you clearly.
Beg your pardon. No, I was just saying, did you say that SACAP has been around since 1997? That was the question. Did you get that?
Yes.
All right. Excellent. So with us this morning, Pranitha Jagdeo, of course. She's the head of the Durban campus. Now, Pranitha, as we get into it, and we want to find out exactly about the courses and how things operate there. SACAP, or SACAP for that matter, how many campuses are we looking at nationally? How many institutions are there? How many students do you have?
So to date, we literally have about just over 2,000 students at our different campuses. And if we're looking at my screen, we literally have 4 physical campus, being Cape Town, Johannesburg, Pretoria, and our newly established Durban campus, as well as we have a thriving online campus.
Okay, and for the online campus, is there a big number of terms of students?
Yeah, so we've got students literally from around the world that joins us via our online campus. So that's one of our biggest thriving campuses to date.
All right, and you are based in the Durban campus, which is really brilliantly and sunny this morning, as you said.
It is. We've been getting good and bad weather, literally 4 seasons in a day, depending.
I'm very excited, and I think it is really great that we've got in all the major metropole areas, all the major cities, of course, have got a campus. But quickly, if I could ask you something, what would be the difference between online live and online flexi? Because you touched base now on online sort of students, and is that the exact same work that you would get, or that you wish you would get, is if you had to physically attend a class?
I just want to go. Okay.
Yes.
So SACAP has different personal study options, and I'm going to speak into the online flexi, the online live, as well the on-campus personal study options which students can choose into. So firstly, the online flexi, this offers an active, engaging, and a collaborative learning experience, which basically means if students want the freedom to manage their weekly course requirements as well as other life commitments, while still benefiting the interaction and learning activities within the virtual space. And then we move on to the online live. This is more of a hybrid approach to online learning, which is basically students are working on a real-time virtual class engagement with self-paced learning resources as well as activities, again, all in a virtual space. This benefits more interactive and social aspect of virtual classes, as well as freedom to go through the learning resources and other online activities at a space which is much more suitable for them. Mm-hmm. So that's the difference more into the online and online live and flexi. And then our on-campus is face-to-face classes at our physical campuses, where we also use virtual online resources, which is outside the class time, as well as interactive activities within the class time in a face-to-face class.
Brilliant.
I absolutely like that. I like that there's a distinction between an online live and an online flexi. And especially with people that need to sort of juggle life, you know, work commitments, family commitments. I quite like that because I don't think there is that distinction with that many other tertiary institutions. The mere fact that you have it shows me why you leaders in psychology, firstly. That is really hitting it on the nail. And I wanted to ask you now, in the current time that we're in the sort of lockdown, COVID, new normal era, has there been a sort of uptake and a shift, obviously, because at a certain stage a lockdown happened and things were closed. Has there been an uptake that and going forward, can you sense that having an online live and an online flexi, that there's a real demand for that?
Absolutely, Dougal. I'm just going to touch a little bit in terms of our transition when we went into lockdown and in terms of COVID. So what SACAP has done was it was an immediate transaction or transition. We started off with our face-to-face classes at the beginning of 2020, and when the president then announced that we now need to go into lockdown, our team of the academic team as well as our leaders at SACAP immediately did the transition where we moved face-to-face students into the online platform, and as well as the educators. So we started working from there to date in terms of the online, which it came to online lectures, consultation with students and educators. Everything was done online. So going into 2021, we then took this approach and we revamped it a little bit, and then we created online flexi as well as online live going into 2021 as our personal options for students. And I think to answer your question, the world is literally changing into technology, and we're looking into the 4IR, which is the fourth revolution, industrial revolution.
Yeah.
And it's all about technology and how we can bring that into our classrooms and how we can bring that into SACAP. And that is what SACAP is doing, where we are now saying to students that we can basically provide that knowledge, provide that education to you, both face-to-face as well as online. It's all about collaboration.
Perfect. I think, what COVID has done for us, I should probably say, is pushed us a few years ahead, which we have been forced into a certain way to actually do things differently these days, and especially interactive and going online, And just to remind everybody, this is a live broadcast. Send in those questions. If there's anything you'd like to ask, send those questions right now. It is live at Nickay Productions on our YouTube and Facebook. And then we'd like to welcome Angeline Eloise on Facebook. Welcome to the show, and hope you'll be able to get all the information that you like. So, Pranitha, just a quick one. So, with all the institutions out there and all the private institutions, what makes SACAP different to all the other private institutions out there?
So SACAP's approach to learning is very different. And we are saying to students is that at SACAP, we pride ourselves in educating social change by delivering content that is academically rigorous and also that has a strong emphasis on skills and application so that our graduates can go out there and make a real change. We also believe in small classes, big thinking. We deliberately keep our classes small, and this is to encourage active participation and engagement between students and educators. This interactive and experiential learning is the core feature of our teaching and learning philosophy. To date, we have expert training from our experts. SACAP has 20 years experience as the leading provider in training applied psychology. So whether you're studying psychology, counseling, coaching, human resource management, or business management, the educators that we bring in or recruit has a wealth of experience and knowledge to the table. We develop potential, who makes a difference. Too often in the crisis that can't accept the help they need, SACAP is person-centered. Philosophy educates the intellectual, practical, and emotional skills of our students that needs effective positive change as and when is needed. And it's all about making the voice heard in terms of growing the learning community.
Uh-huh. And Pranitha, if I may ask you this, because the proof is really in the pudding, and it's great that you say that your lecturers, they're really leaders in the field. And I mean, they will teach a subject matter at which they are experts in, if I can put it that way. Am I understanding you correctly?
Absolutely. I think for SACAP, it's basically, yes, we recruit educators that's in the field that comes with great subject knowledge expert, as well as they bring in the corporate experience. And that's what SACAP is about, more of applied psychology or applied management skills. It's more about bringing experience and knowledge from the industry that they come from.
And looking at the courses that you do, and at the end of the day, we're talking psychology here. I mean, the courses that you have and the operation that you have, are you being endorsed by the Health Professionals Association by South Africa?
Absolutely. So with our professional courses, we need to be accredited with the health profession in order for us to run the courses on our campuses, which is dependent.
Okay. So in a quick nutshell, if you could just summarize some of the courses that you guys offer.
So the courses we offer is basically from the highest certificate of counseling to communication, the advanced certificate in counseling and communication, the diplomas, the bachelor in social sciences, where students can then major in 2 different streams, either being psychology and HRM or psychology and business management. We then offer the postgrad programs, which is the honors in psychology, the honors in HRM, to the coaching practitioner, to the post-diploma, as well as to the masters that we offer. But all of this is basically on campus dependent in terms of which campus is running the specific qualifications.
Okay, perfect. So now our students obviously are aware of the courses that's available, and the very big question now obviously is, how do they actually apply for these courses?
Rhoda, before we move on in terms of how to getting there, I just want to bring you back to accreditation and recognition. And I think this is the most important sector in any institution, and students need to know more about the accreditation of it. And for me, it's about whatever course students doing, and about SACAP is that we are registered with the Department of Higher Education, as well as the Council for Higher Education. We're accredited for them. We run our professional endorsement programs through the Professional Council of South Africa, as well as our coaching programs through Comenza. So this is absolutely important for students and for parents to know that SACAP is accredited and full accreditation on all the major stakeholders.
Sorry, and I think that is so important, because we actually had a discussion earlier regarding accreditation as well, and making 100% sure that the institution that you're studying with is not somebody out there that's just going to be grabbing your money. It is an accredited institution at the end of the day. I'm so glad you have highlighted that as well.
And it's certainly...
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's certainly exactly what Rhoda says. I mean, it's with all that accreditation, you know it's reputable. This is how you make the decision. It is reputable.
Absolutely, and I think we need to make that, or this should basically more be of an awareness that students need to take into note that accreditation is so important going forward, especially in terms of education these days, is that you need to know that when you study, you need to be accredited. Again, that's absolutely vital.
Okay, so could we get back then on how these students can actually apply at your institution?
So with SACAP, we have everything on a digital perspective, so students can go onto our website, which is www.sacap.edu.za, and they can click on our homepage, and tab that comes up as Apply Now, and students can submit through or start their applications online. And we've got an admissions team that's full on waiting for students to go in, apply, and get the full assistance as and when needed. Requirements is, again, course dependent, from the copy of their ID to the highest results that they have currently, reference letters, reports, updated CV. Again, all of that is dependent on the courses that's chosen.
Okay, perfect.
All right. And I want to ask you this quickly, because it's a bit of a side question. We're not, this is like any other tertiary institution. This would not be a cutoff that you can, somebody is fresh from out of matric, if they find one of the courses very appealing, they could be applying to become a possible student, right?
Yes.
Sorry, Pranitha, I lost you there. Did you said yes?
Google, I did it. can you repeat your question because you cut off again?
Oh, beg your pardon. So as I was saying, I mean, we're not looking, people, potential students and possible students to study a course through SACAP. We're looking at anybody who just finished a matric would be able to apply to make that their tertiary institution of choice.
Dougal, just to answer your question, SACAP has a whole number of students at different ages. So we're not looking at students that's coming freshly out of matric. We're looking at students that basically come from the corporate environment. We get students that come from other institutions that's joining us, where they then leave their studies, they join SACAP, they continue from undergrad into postgrad. So SACAP attracts any student that's coming through, but again, dependent on qualifications, and we've got a process that we run with. And we've got the entire enrollment process in terms of requirements that you need to meet in order to get through the program. Education is always about learning. There's never an age to stop learning. Yeah. And I think with SACAP, and that's something that we look at. So in terms of the different courses that we have, students have an entrance requirement. So we're not only targeting matriculants that's coming out, we're talking to students in general that wants to create or come or develop a career and start a career.
And also, I wanted to ask you this, because looking at the form you had up there, I mean, one of the big things that stand out for me, and something I look at straight away when we talk money, we're talking fees. Do you offer bursaries? Do you assist in any sort of financial aid in any sort of way?
So we do offer bursaries, which is on our table. And yes, there's requirements in order to apply. But again, that's all belongs to the enrollment process as to the way the enrollments are, and students can apply if they're going into their second year, etc. So I'm not going to say no, but from a financial perspective, there are certain companies that you can apply for bursaries to join with SACAP. We provide you documentation, etc., which you can submit through to them. But financial aid, we're a private institution. Mm-hmm. Okay. And we don't get funding from any stakeholders, etc. And that's entirely left to students to basically work and get the financial aid.
Okay. So just quickly, let me just backtrack a bit. So now our students got basically the courses, we've got the application going. Is there any other ways or means for students to actually get more information regarding your courses?
So students can, beside applying through the portal, we've always got admission staff that's at campus. So if students feel that they want to visit any of our branches, they're most welcome to do so by calling our campuses. Again, all our information is online, and they could set up a meet and greet with any one of our team members that's willing to assist them, or if they want to speak to any of our academics to get more of career guidance, if they're not sure about psychology or the way they want to go, we've got a team that's always willing to assist and help students in order for them to take the right path.
And Pranitha, let me ask you this. I mean, we're obviously living in a modern age, and Rhoda is very savvy when it comes to social media. Me, not so much. I would assume, but it would be a bit abrupt of you to assume that. Do you have a social media presence?
Sorry, Dougal, you're still breaking up.
I beg your pardon. Do you have a social media presence?
Yes, we do. So again, SACAP is all about technology, and we are on the different social media platforms, from Facebook to Twitter, as well as to Instagram. And we also have our different events that's going to be coming up. And again, if students still need that information, they could join our open day, which is on the 25th of November, as well as our virtual open day on the 1st of December. Again, all the information is on our website. Students can go in and respond with their details, and they can RSVP as well.
Okay, perfect. So with everything happening today, there's so many closing dates at this point for a lot of institutions and even funding. Could you tell me, do you guys have a cutoff date as well as to when your applications will basically come to an end, where you decide who will be studying?
So we do have closing dates, but again, we're working because of the way the year is going, and with the academic year being extended and etc., we're always able to work within the student's mean. Again, all information can be received from our website, and there is a team that's willing to assist. And again, it all depends on the course dependent.
Okay, so that is all course dependent. So I like the fact because it really shows a level of flexibility, if I can call it that way, and really playing into the needs and the demands of the time. And, and that is a value, and do I even say a norm, that is unheard of. So I'm really excited about that. And I got to say, SACAP is like a favorite now. It's a favorite, so it's really great. So also we've got some more people watching it, of course, live. So thank you very much. As I see names flashing on the side here of the screen, so thank you very much as well for joining us this morning. It's really a great privilege having you with us. And with us, of course, is Pranitha, and we're talking all things SACAP. Now, what has been really interesting that we've been talking about, and I want to just take you back just for a brief moment quickly to some of the courses. If you had to choose a favorite course, what would it be? Let me just put you on the spot here. Do you have a favorite course there?
That's a very tough question. I will say all, but to be very honest with you, and especially in today's society and what we're going through today, I would basically say for students that's coming out of matric, so I'm targeting students that's literally coming out of matric, and in terms of skills, I would suggest the higher certificate in counseling and communication. That's have been one of my favorites thus far, and I think that everybody needs to basically know skills and be able to apply that skill. So whether you want to go into the field of psychology, whether you want to go into the field of leadership, management, in general, whatever you need to do going forward, and in whichever career space you are going forward, you need to have the skills of communication. That's absolutely important. And for me, I will always say to my students, I say this to my staff as well, is that you need to have a passion for what you do. And whatever career choice you need, you basically need a skill to back that up. So you could be sitting in whichever position or whatever title you are, but you still need to come down to basic skills. And the higher certificate is something that's absolutely phenomenal. And that's teaching you skills which you can now use going into your degree programs, into your honors, and then into your masters. It's a starting ground.
Ah, fantastic. So, you know what, I couldn't agree with you more, and I think communication is such an important part, and I'm really glad you said that as well. You kind of, because I'm a communication guy, you know what I mean? Rhoda's more a dancer. She's a dancer.
I like dancing.
So just to quickly recap, if you want to find out anything about SACAP, your website, www.sacap.edu.za, is that it?
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
Perfect.
All right. Absolutely awesome.
And then obviously if they need to get hold of any of the campuses to go and have a look at the campuses or look at your courses, they can go online and then also just contact those institutions as well to ask them.
Yeah.
Remember, that's one.
And any final thoughts from you, Pranitha? And thank you once again for joining us today. It's really great having you here. Any final thoughts from you? Closing comments?
So before I conclude, I just want to say thank you to you guys for the opportunity. It's been absolutely phenomenal chatting to you guys and putting SACAP out there. And my parting shot for this morning is, although the world is definitely flipping upside down in 2020, you as the students have rolled with change as you kept your head down and your studies high. We know that this has not been easy for you, but as we're entering the new world, a world full of opportunity for those who are bold, adaptive, and innovative. We are passionate about educating for a better world, and we are fully committed to taking SACAP to the next level of academic excellence. So let us work together and prepare you for the future.
Beautifully said.
Thank you so much. That is Pranitha Jagdeo from the South African College of Applied Psychology. But Pranitha, before we say goodbye, we've been asking all the questions. It'll be fair. Do you have any questions for Rhoda?
No, for Dougal. Not me, Dougal.
I would just like to say we welcome you to any one of our branches. You are most welcome to any one of our branches. Just let us know. And we are always willing to meet and greet new people. So welcome to the SACAP family, and thank you.
Thank you, thank you. So, Pranitha, and I must say, Nickay has been quite close with SACAP as well on having to do your graduations and your photo shoots. So, looking forward to seeing you at one of those shoots as well, and actually giving you like a, a bit of an elbow nudge there, with COVID. But yeah, looking forward to being part of this family and continuing the relationship further, definitely.
Thank you so much, Rhoda.
Pranitha, thank you once again for your time. Thank you very much for illustrating and highlighting all the wonderful things that you guys at the South African College of Applied Psychology is doing. So thank you very much for that. And thank you for your time. Thank you for joining us. And we hope to speak to you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
See you. Bye.
That is Pranitha Jagdeo that was with us this morning. She is from the South African College of Applied Psychology. Yeah. Rhoda, you are considering a course in psychology because certain people that work with you, they need all the help and you can...
Definitely. But on a little bit of a serious note, Dougal, having also a daughter that's studying right now, I actually do think, where psychology is concerned, and I'm putting this out there to all you students and people that's actually suffering at this moment with depression, not being able to cope with this, at what's happening with COVID right now, social distancing, not being able to connect with people. Please, guys, there is help out there. Go look on the internet, there is Lifeline, there is numbers to call. You don't necessarily have to get to the point where you feel there is nobody on the other side of this, wall. There is a little bit of light. So, you know what? Contact those lifelines, reach out to somebody, talk to somebody. But please, guys, I know at the end of the day, it's very overwhelming, especially with the studies and everything happening right now. Speak to your parents, speak to your loved ones, reach out even to your best friend, and please communicate. And I think this is just appropriate with SACAP being there. At the end of the day, please, guys, reach out.
Certainly is, as you said, and of course, and if you are looking at that as a prospective career, and of course, making that forward decision, that is where we come in with Mahala Monday. So the first thing you need to do is share this video, like it, of course, and you hit the bell because you'll get the notifications about future videos, which is very important. And over the past couple of days and weeks, we've been highlighting various tertiary institutions so you can make the informed decision. So we're really giving it to you on a platter. And to quote a guest from earlier as well, we're giving it to you on a platter. It is to you. You need to make full use of it. You can't complain about it because here it is. And it was an absolute pleasure talking to Pranitha Jagdeo of the South African College of Applied Psychology. So if you're thinking that is a prospective career, she gave us all the info, she gave us the courses they had. Right. And I must say, cutting-edge courses that is moving with the time and the way they apply themselves, going from convenience, basically. She described the online, flexi, and the live, and being on campus, all of these things meeting the demands of life. So catering to you. So for all the information you need to go to www.SACAP, which is SACAP.edu.za. As easy as that. Rhoda, right. Anything else from you?
Well, I just wanted to do a bit of a update. Remember, NSFAS people, the 30th of November. I have to highlight it again. So I've got the information, www.nasfas.org.za. So don't forget. And you know what, Dougal? To all our matriculants out there, hang in there. You've got this. Go for it.
That certainly is there. Fingers crossed, best wishes.
That is so true.
Once again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching, of course. And remember, as always, you like and share this video because you could change somebody's life by giving this information that we're doing here for you at Mahala Monday. To Pranitha Jagdeo from the South African College of Applied Psychology, thank you so much again for joining us. Like and share this video from me, Dougal. Cheers. Bye-bye. That's Rhoda.
Bye, Rhoda. Subscribe and hit the bell.